ePortfolio is called Matthew's Educational Odyssey because I see education as an adventure. So, yeah, it's like an odyssey. Well, I think the first time I did it, it was for this math assignment, and I didn't have a new portfolio set up, and I didn't know how long it took to set one up, so I just set one up in 5 minutes on Yola, which isn't even a supported site anymore. And so before it was just to fulfill that math requirement. And then I transported that over to my new one on Weebly. So it changed from being a necessity, kind of like a annoying obligation, to a creative canvas, I guess, where I can just be as creative as possible, try something new. So it turned into a challenge, like a good one. Well, I took a creative nonfiction class, and before that time, most of my teachers, they had the attitude of, "Oh man, we're sorry to ask you to do this, it's annoying." But then my creative nonfiction teacher, she really liked it, and she saw that it had lots of potential. And I've actually run into a lot of teachers since that have seen that too. But it was that creative nonfiction class that got me thinking that I could put a theme on it and just have fun with it creatively. Well, I'd say that my psychology page was pretty creative. For that signature assignment, I decided I wanted to do something different than she had options for. And so I asked if I could do a psychological experiment on myself or whatever. And so I did. I operationally conditioned myself not to text while I drive. I should probably do that some more. But it worked for a really long time and it was great. Anyways, I'm not admitting to anything. So on that page, it has a slideshow that I created, and it tells a story that way, like a digital story kind of, I guess. My strength training one, I'd say that has a really good mix of text and images. That's something I'm pretty challenged with, is mixing text with images. I usually just put the whole block of text on there and don't mix images in very well. But that's something that creating an ePortfolio has helped me to get better at, because no one wants to see a website without pictures on it. That's just boring. And so I'd say my strength training page does a really good job of having pictures and text in it. Also, my goals and outcomes page has a pretty good list of bulleted items that correspond to SLCC's learning outcomes. And so has pictures and little words and a link on each one of them. So I'd say that one turned out pretty well. What I think is neat about the goals and outcomes page is it helps me as a student realize everything that I've learned in my classes. It helps me bring it all together and see what exactly I've accomplished, because honestly, sometimes school feels like memorizing a lot of information for the exam right before and then spewing it out on a page and then forgetting stuff. And that's not what I want my education to be. I want it to be dynamic, and I want to learn about everything, things in the world that I can comment on so that I can be an informed citizen, I guess. So reflection was cool because it allowed me to connect my different classes together. That was one of the key objectives of reflection. That's what the teachers asked us to do, of course. And so doing that allowed me to think, okay, how does astronomy relate to psychology? How does politics relate to calligraphy? Different things like that. And so it was really cool to start connecting the dots. And the thing is when you do that, you remember things a lot easier and your education becomes more cemented in. For example, for my philosophy class, I asked my teacher if instead of doing a basic philosophical biography on a philosopher, if I could take a theme of philosophy and kind of delve into the different perspectives of it. And so I chose moral philosophy. And so I took that and I looked at it from all the different angles, and I gave what my opinion was on it or whatever. But I think that in my assignments, being able to explore the different options of reality, to explore the different possibilities. With the moral philosophy one, I specifically I explored the philosophy of David Hume, where there's no, morality, kind of more of a relative morality. And then there's the philosophy of Immanuel Kant, who, believes that there is one, that there is like an actual like physical morality. And so it was cool to be able to explore those things and think critically about what I think and what I've experienced and have perceived. And so with reflection, it's kind of cool because like at each class, like at the end of class, I get to like think about everything I've learned here at SLCC and just like, I don't know, I have this like running narrative in my head from all the classes. We're made of stardust. Our little organelles make proteins all the time, like nonstop. We have all these like identity issues. I don't know. I keep on building on that from all my classes. I actually am playing around with the idea of continuing to use my ePortfolio, maybe creating like it almost becoming like a file cabinet for everything I learned in college. I might take it up to BYU with me and create pages for the different classes there. I think some people do have a bad attitude about ePortfolios. Some people think that they're a waste of time. But I think that it's such an awesome opportunity to learn this vast and ever-growing communication form of the internet. And there's a lot more visual learning going on nowadays than there has ever before been. And so I'd say take it seriously and have fun with it. Like, I don't know, like if you don't like a signature assignment, ask a professor if you can do something else, something that, that really reaches out to you. And I'd say professors, like, be flexible with that. Let students, try different things that maybe you haven't thought of. Because I know for me, it's helped me grow a lot. I guess if people can look at my ePortfolio and see that education is an adventure, then I'm happy with it. If they can see that I'm having fun learning like I really am, and they can be inspired to have fun learning too, then I feel like that's an accomplishment.